up, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How you doing? Welcome again to another episode of Ron's Opinion Don't Matter. Hopefully, y'all having a blessed, wonderful Sunday. Hopefully, your day is going very, very well. And hopefully, we get to have a whole lot of fun on this live today. I'm just saying. Life is good. Life is beautiful. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. There's a whole lot of moving parts right now, we know. And if you're reading the caption, you'll understand why I'm smiling. Because it's just hilarious what we're seeing right now. It's hilarious. Once again, the Democratic Party, CNN, always seem to want to pick the wrong side of this. They are literally out here right now trying to paint the picture like how that meeting went. Somehow or another, it's Trump's fault. Meanwhile, everything that I've seen come out of what's the name, President of Ukraine, Zelenskyy, tells me that Trump, what's up, word ups, how you doing? God bless you. What's up, Mike in the building? God bless you. Welcome in. If you're live, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Everything tells me that his behavior that day lines up with everything Trump was saying prior to that. And really, here's the thing. It lines up with a lot of some of the Republicans were saying prior to that even meeting. Because I see why he was getting a lot of this money. And this is just my opinion. You ain't got to agree with it, but this is just my opinion. I feel as though, watching his behavior, I feel as though when he was coming to the White House and all those other meetings that they was having in private, he was just going in. Yes, he was, Mike in the building. He was just going in and strong arming America. And the Biden administration was bowing down to him and just giving him what he wanted. And that's just my opinion. You ain't got to like it. You ain't got to agree with it. But in my opinion, when I watched what was going on and I watched that video, I realized that this man, number one, don't want peace the way that it's supposed to be done. He wanted to manipulate and try to get things to go the way he wanted to go. And he wanted to try to strong arm America for more money. And I'm so glad we got a president that's not calling for that. It's American first. And that's real talk. It's America first. And if it's not in the best interest of our country, why should we continue to participate in it? And that's real talk. Why should we continue to participate in this and keep funding this type of stuff when it's not, and there is no benefit to America in it? That's why I agree with Trump that we should be getting some of the minerals or whatever it is out of that country. If we're going to give you money and we're going to help you protect your country, which, in some lights, that's the right thing to do, where's the benefit for America? Yes, we should get something out of it. We should not just be throwing money everywhere and there's no benefit to us. What's up, out the pit? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. We should not just be outright funding this stuff. So, and in the way he came off. Now, here's the thing. Some of them, the funniest part about some of these Democrats is they start talking about what they should have been brought up the fact that he didn't have a suit on. Now, here's the thing. I can care less. Like, I did not think that was a subject that should even be brought up. The man can wear pretty much what he want to wear. And here's the thing. They never even pointed out the fact that Trump even actually defended him in what he was wearing. Trump even defended him. He gave him a little compliment on what he was wearing. So I personally, I'm not big on the suit situation. But the disrespect and the unappreciative mentality that man have, that's where I got a problem with. Yeah, what's up, man? I wasn't tripping over that. It's like, and even Trump kind of gave him a compliment. But listen, the Democrats won't even point that fact out. They're going to say, oh, well, they shouldn't have been worried about it. But Trump even, he kind of brought it down like, you know what? That's not a big deal. Actually, I like what he got on. So he defended him right then and there, which shows me that Trump is not stuck on certain things. And he said, but yet, they keep on spending it the way they want to spend it. Like, we did not watch what happened. And for those that watched it, and they say, oh, there was a setup, right? Yes, exactly. He was campaigning. But see, my thing, the reason why he was doing that, because he know he can get what he want from Joe Biden and them. He can't get what he want from Trump without having to pay something in return. That's why I'm glad we got real leadership, not nobody just going up and there bullying us and taking money and taxpayers' money and doing what they want to do with it. Now, my thing is this. He showed extreme disrespect. He showed that he was going to just, oh no, y'all going to give me mine or whatever. Now, I agree with Trump. You don't have no cards to play in this. You have no idea. You don't have no cards to play in this. This is Mike Tyson fighting up against a child. And you want to play this game right now? And then when Trump was saying earlier about he's not ready to talk, we saw that he ain't ready to talk. That's why I'm glad that they made it public. That way we don't have to go by what Trump says. We go by his attitude. We now see what Trump was up against. But then the Democratic Party, with their retarded self, is going to go spin, oh, well, this is about Putin. He wants to be buddy-buddy with Putin. Let me explain something to y'all. And this is my opinion. I don't care how anybody feel about it. You can get mad at me. You can get up this and that. But Putin is the president of his country. He has every right to defend his country. Just like our president should be defending our country first. Now, if you feel as though something's wrong with that, then something's wrong with you. So if Trump is not doing this is why I have a problem with the Democratic Party, and I have a bigger problem with the Biden administration, because now for once were they defending our country. They are leaving us subject to everybody. That's why you see what was happening in the border. They didn't give a darn what happened to the American citizens as it relates to what came across that border. All of these women that got raped by these people that came across that border. When did y'all hear the Joe Biden administration apologize? Because I'm ready for y'all today. I'm on fire. When did y'all hear the Biden administration apologize? All of those people, those 13 soldiers that went through that Afghanistan situation, when did y'all hear the Biden administration apologize? Because I'm ready for this. I'm heated up for the smoke today. I'm ready for y'all. Because if y'all going to sit there and defend Zelenskyy in that situation, y'all need to go to Ukraine and live. That's real talk. Go to Ukraine and live in Ukraine. Because clearly y'all don't care about America. Y'all don't. Y'all can't possibly care about this country. I'm watching CNN trying to spin this as if Trump is looking out for Putin. I said, you can't be that slow. Y'all can't possibly be that slow. But you know what? Y'all going to keep doing it. Y'all going to keep going. And I'm glad y'all going to keep going. Because every time I see Democrats keep going in this direction, I'm clearly coming after y'all like y'all coming after us. I don't back down from none of y'all. Because it's not right. Y'all don't care nothing about this country. All y'all care about is everybody else's country. That's the reason why y'all left the border open. Because y'all didn't care what happened to America. All y'all care about is other countries. Y'all don't care what happens to us. All y'all care about is what these other countries. That's why y'all mad, because that money not flowing over there no more, because now y'all can't get it. He's putting a stop to it. So y'all telling on yourself, and y'all don't even realize how much y'all telling on yourself. So every time we see y'all get up there and protest about the funding that they're cutting from this and cutting, we know where the money was really going because y'all mad about it. Because y'all mad about it. We see it. Y'all don't care. Y'all do not care. And y'all keep trying to throw this wedge of division between each black people and white people. That's why you see Al Sharpton doing that dumb stuff once again, Al Sharpton and all of them out there trying to recruit black people for the stupidity. Recruiting black people once again to participate in the level of stupidity that we see. And I'm going to get to my point in a little bit about why I said what I said. But you cannot tell me. Now, here's the thing. All of that work they did to get to the point to make it public and make a bigger deal out of it. Now, listen, this is what the point that Zelenskyy missed. This is why I say he's an idiot. You got cameras in front of you. The whole world is probably watching this at the point. See, Zelenskyy, whatever his name is, he did not read the room. You got the whole world watching what's going on. Guess who else probably is more likely watching what's going on? Putin. And the last thing he wants is America to have a vested interest in Ukraine. Because now he really has to deal with America with a leader in there like Trump. Know that Trump don't take no stuff. Zelenskyy, he didn't read the room. He should have went in there and said, "How y'all doing? Let's get down to business. Yes, I'm going to sign. I'm glad we are partners in this. Now my war is America's war because America now had a vested interest in this. Because we want whatever minerals that we can get. Now we want it. Now we got a vested. Putin, try it then. Now we really involved. Let's try it." Yes, you're right. You're right, Melissa. Now, here's the thing with Al Sharpton. I know y'all probably know where I'm going with this. Y'all probably know where I'm going with this because this whole telling black people don't go spend money. I think it was yesterday they were supposed to do this day Sunday. Yesterday, I don't know what it can be. Whatever. Then you read what he says. Make sure you spend as much money the day before. Spend more money the day before. That way you have all your essentials so we can shut down the next day. Now, first of all, why are we doing that? For DEI. For DEI. That's why we're doing it, for DEI. Now, this is how stupid this is. This is why I hope black people stop listening to these idiots. When you go look up DEI, right? The number one benefactor of DEI is white women. The number two benefactor of DEI is white males, white CEO males. So you got the stupid black man going around telling black people to boycott spending because it's benefiting DEI that benefit white women and white men. And somehow or another, you trying to spend that as if it's beneficial to black people to boycott. Make it make sense. Make that make sense. Yes, Melissa, that is my point. So you trying to get a black, now I want y'all to see the picture of this. This is a black man trying to get black people to go fight for white people to get more benefits that they saying they tired of getting too many benefits. This is what they're recruiting for. Is there something wrong here? Meanwhile, black people has been the lowest benefactor of that program, by and large. Right. And my point is this, is that it's not, listen, that is the reason why we got rid of affirmative action. Because you don't need it. All you need is some skill and some merit and some drive, and you can do what you need to do in this world, in this country. Yes, my point. That is my point, Melissa. That is my point. Now, here's what I don't understand about Al Sharpton. If you really cared about black people, right? If you really cared about the economic status of the black community, why would you not shut down that stupid stuff that you're talking and consistently talk about economic wealth? Don't talk about nothing else. If you see that that's a big problem amongst the black community, your number one conversation will always be talking about economics and how economically the black community can become better and get a bigger piece of the pie. That will be your number one conversation, and you will not deviate from that if you're trying to help economically the black community. You wouldn't deviate from it. And my point is that whenever somebody that know me personally, I talk economics amongst, and I'm not saying that, listen, most of the people that I know is black. I'm not saying unfortunate, but most of the people that know me in my corner are of African-American ascent. So my point is this, that if I intend to help black people, I got to give them some information of substance that's going to help them, not keep making them feel like they need someone else to do it. So the only thing I can offer them is what's helping me. That's it. Now you either do it or you don't. That's it. You either participate or you don't participate. There is extremely a whole lot of information and all the stuff that we have access to. And guess what? Some of us refuse to take advantage of it. And I'm giving you a little personal story I'm getting ready to get into about me personally. I remember when I first found out about Robinhood. And this is not a campaign for Robinhood, but I got to give y'all a point the way I'm talking about. And I said, you mean to tell me that I can actually buy stock without going to a broker and doing all the extra stuff you used to have to do? Yes, I am. You're right, Donald. Today, I'm not mad, but I'm talking with a passion because I'm into this today. Now, I went and got, when I found out about Robinhood, I'm like, you mean to tell me there's an app where I can actually go buy stock and I don't have to go through all of this rigmarole, have this big chunk of money and all this other stuff? For real? Man, I couldn't download that app fast enough. I couldn't download that app fast enough. What's up, Donald? How you doing, man? God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm not, listen, at the end of the day, Donald, just so you know, I'm talking loud, but I ain't mad. Anyway, I went and got downloaded. Yes, I went and downloaded the Robinhood app, right? And then I started investing on my own, right? Now, some stuff I already knew, but there was some stuff I wasn't so sure about. But I said, you know what? In order for me to get good at this, I have to put my time and effort into this. And that's exactly what I did. And I took some bad hits. But my eyes was on the prize. I'm not mad, Donald. I keep telling you I'm not mad. There's nothing I'm mad about. My eyes was on the prize. And I was determined that I was going to use every intellect that I had to try to make this thing work. And I consistently, and I stayed in it, and I stayed in it, and I stayed in it. And then eventually the script flipped and I began to get rewarded for all of my work as far as investing wise. I invested in everything that and me doing that, once I got good at what I was doing, I took that knowledge and I started sharing it with the black community, the people that are around me, the close. I just started sharing it. Now, I can't make them do it. I can't force them to do it. But all I did was I came up with my own systematic program. And I said, if you do this, it might help you. That's it. I said, I'm not saying it won't work no other way, but this is what worked for me. This is what works for me. And that's how you help your community. Not keep telling them that they need something from somebody else to become something in America. Now, I'm not saying that I haven't had other things that work for me, but I'm pointing this point out. For far too long prior to that the wealthy have had the upper hand on us because they did not have a way for us to compete. That small little decision that Robinhood made gave me an opportunity to somewhat compete with wealth on my scale. Now, I'm not wealthy, but I'm doing a lot better because of it. Now, some people say, I don't like this. I'm going to down. I thank God for Robinhood. And anybody know me personally, I'm going to tell them that. Because it has helped me. It gave me another path to building wealth on my own. And but that's why I tell people the stock market is my number one educator. Why? Because then I started seeing a lot more that I didn't expect to go see when I was doing. I said, oh, these people are real. They deep with what they do. And I realized that. And I said, but what they were doing was they were trying to come at Robinhood so hard because Robinhood was laying the playing field to give the average person an opportunity to compete. You will have give an average person the opportunity to compete, right? And then, now don't get me wrong. You might not. You might have some failure. You might have some success, whatever case may be. And I'm not advocating for what somebody do for Robinhood. This is not about, oh, you should go use Robinhood. I'm just saying what happened for me. And then my thing is this. I'm not out there trying to race bait into stuff because I see that, listen, in this country, you can do it on your own. You're going to need some help. You're going to need some encouragement. But if you take advantage of what America has to offer, all that race stuff, it takes it out of the equation. My dad told me a long time ago, he said, if they won't give you a job, you go create one. You don't wait for somebody to give you a job. If you can't get a job, you go create one. That's it. Don't be, if that, maybe it's not for you to have a job. Maybe it's for you to go start a business and create jobs for other people. And that was the point that my dad made. He was like, if they won't give you one, create one. And this is the part that we don't give. This is the part that every time you see somebody trying to make things better for the average person, you always get these type of people want to fight it and bring it down, because the more you get better, the less they get. Because there's only so much wealth there is. But if other people start obtaining more, that means that they're going to get less of it. And they're so greedy and so hungry that they don't want to let it go. So anytime that somebody comes up with something that might affect them, they're going to try to beat it down. That's why Robin Hood was going through hell trying to survive. I have stock in Robin Hood. Not only do I use the platform, I buy it. And I'm going to give y'all some insight on this one. I stayed in and I bought Robinhood. And guess what? I own it at $10, under $10 a share. And I want y'all to go look at Robinhood stock right now. So I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking off the top of my face. I was talking to a friend, and kind of like Donald, because Donald said he had a restaurant. And I said to him, I said, do you know that if you own the restaurant, there's a way to run your restaurant and actually get all your if you invest enough, you can get enough money from your investment to cover the cost of buying your products and paying your bills. If you do it right. And my point to them was, I said, let's say Tyson Foods, right? Tyson Food pays dividends. And then my point is, so if I order food from Tyson Food, but I also own stock in Tyson Food, every 3 months, they're going to pay me a dividend on my shares that I own. Now I'm running a restaurant. And it's costing me anyway. I'm going to have to order this food to be able to sell it to someone else. But if I own the vast majority of the shares in Tyson Food, when I order the food, my restaurant, I'm getting something back in return. So I'm actually purchasing a discount on the food that I'm buying by investing in the very place. Same thing if it's an energy company. If I'm buying and I'm in the energy company and I know that energy company is publicly traded, then if I'm paying them a bill, then maybe I should take some of my money and invest in the energy company. Why? So that when they pay me a dividend, I'll get some of that money back. Now, if most restaurant owners did this part of the thing, they can actually survive in a hard situation. Because they're not only their restaurants making money, they're getting money from the companies that they actually buying the product from, if they're publicly traded. But never once do you see Al Sharpton and them telling the black people and teaching them this type of stuff. This is where they should be having conversation at. Not telling you are oppressed and you're a victim. And telling you need DEI. I never needed that. Because if they won't give me a job, I'll go find one or I'll create one. But I'm never going to let somebody, especially in a country where you have this type of opportunity, be the dictatorship of what I get in life. That's it. And then here's the thing. Look how many black people are benefiting from social media, have started their businesses. And so that's what you're supposed to do. Not tell people they're oppressed and they need the government to help them. That is the worst thing that can happen to you, is the government coming around and trying to help. That's why I'm so glad that we are minimizing and we're cutting out the fat in government. That's why I'm glad. Thank God we're doing it, because it is long overdue. It is long overdue. Real talk. And I'm going to tell you honest with you, I appreciate my president. I appreciate him. And I'm not saying he's perfect. I know he ain't. But I'm glad that his mentality is America first. Not just have us giving away money to everybody and not having getting something in return. Even if it's not profitable, at least it's something. That's my point. It's like if I hire somebody and I keep paying them, but I'm not getting nothing in return, why am I hiring them? Why am I continuously paying them if there's nothing in return? Now your whole livelihood is dependent on what I give you, as opposed to saying, you know what, I'm paying you to do a job. You should be actually doing the job. so that I get what I'm paying for. What's up? What's up? How you doing, Tony? Tommy, I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the name is, something in my way, but real talk. Donald, why you messing with Miss Melissa? But I needed to get that one out. That was boiling inside me. So Donald was a little bit right about that one, because I'm not mad. I'm never mad. I don't have a reason to be mad. I love life, and I'm when I say now I'm passionate. When I have something I want to get up, I'm going to get it out. I'm going to get it out passionately, and I'm going to stick to my guns on that one. But it's a beautiful day. But how y'all doing? Before I get too far caught up again, how y'all doing? Donald, how you doing? Melissa, how you doing? God bless y'all. Glad to see y'all in here again. And that's real talk. And hopefully, I pray all y'all having a good day. Melissa, Donald, you know y'all my regulars. I see y'all all the time, and it's encouraging when I see y'all. I thank y'all for showing up. Real talk. Hope all is well. Chris, for real, I hope all is well with you. God bless you. God bless you. Mike in the building, if you're still in there, God bless you. God bless you. Tommy or Tommy, I'm looking at, maybe I'm reading that wrong, but God bless you. Thank you for coming in. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit that subscribe button. The brother will appreciate it very, very much. Out the pit, my brother. How are you, man? God bless you. God bless you, man. God bless you. I got to check you out, man. Hopefully your page is doing well. Out the pit. And listen, if y'all on this live, please hit, look at Out the Pit. He's trying to build his channel. Please help him out. Maybe subscribe to his channel. I appreciate y'all. Real talk. He's a young man. He's out there doing his thing, whatever. I mean, so I pray that y'all, go look out for him. Go give him, this is a shout out to him. I mean, I was on his live one day with him and his buddy. Now, I had a good time. I stayed on there for a while. I was on there for like maybe an hour. Probably. I don't even know how long it was, but they was holding it down for a minute. But I was on there for a minute. I had a good time. Yeah, I had a good time with him, man. So y'all check his channel out, man. Give him a shot. Give him a chance and rock out with him, man. Help his page get the way he needs to go, where they trying. I mean, I appreciate it very, very much. But like I said, I hope y'all having a blessed day. I hope y'all having a good day. Now, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. No problem at all. It's all good. Yeah, man. I had to get that out. Like, it was... Y'all see that it was in me. Like, I was holding that for a minute. So y'all got to give me a break. Y'all going to have to give me a pass. Because I was like, I'm dead serious. I was like, man, it was just, I had to get it out. Like, now it's gone. See, it's gone. It's gone. See, yeah, it's gone. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Here's the thing. This is where I see this now playing out. And this is just my opinion. This doesn't mean I'm right. One thing I know I paid attention to Trump is that I noticed that he's a very patient deal maker. And I'm praying that they go back to the table. Like, honestly speaking, I want them to come back to the table and really, really hash this out and get this thing done. And that's real talk. I really, honestly speaking, and I mean, it might not be possible. I don't know where this is going to go, like, honestly, but I really hope that they come back, sit down, and get this thing out the way and get this thing done. Because just like Trump, I want people to stop dying senselessly. Yeah, at the end of the day, I want people to stop dying senseless. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, regardless to whether you're in America, Ukraine, or any other country, you know, it's easy to talk that stuff when you're not the one being, you know, ducking and dodging bullets and bombs. So we can sit here and talk that stuff all we want to, but at the end of the day, when we ducking bullets and bombs and stuff, that's a different story. Zelenskyy was right. Right about what? Right about what? Like I said, if I go to somebody's house and I'm hungry and I'm looking for some food, I can't dictate how they give it to me. Yeah, he did. I know, Donald, I know you're going to stick to your ground, but if Trump didn't care about it, why did he come up with the Trump vaccine? Because they were working on that vaccine before Joe Biden got in office. So although I don't agree with it, he still was pushing it. But my thing is this, even if I didn't agree with it, Trump was the one actually, you forgot about Warp Speed, Operation Warp Speed. No, it's not, oh, it's the Trump vaccine. That's what people called it before Joe Biden got in the office. They the one said that they wasn't getting vaccinated because I'm not taking the Trump vaccine. Right. So my point is, you saying that Trump don't care about lives, but during COVID, but in reality, Trump was the one who initiated the vaccine Warp Speed. So if you're saying that he didn't care about lives, why would he do that? And then the other thing is, if you're saying he don't care about lives, why is it that under his 4 years administration, we never had no new wars? But as soon as he got out of office, they all start breaking out. So I get your point. And I mean, I get you trying to make a point, but maybe a better point somewhere. You're right. And my thing is this. When you go into somebody else's house and you ask them for help, you should show appreciation and I respect. Honestly, all Zelenskyy had to do, I keep messing up his name, butchering it up, but, you know, it is what it is. All he had to do was go in there, sign the papers, say thank you, and they, you know, go ahead about their business and make the event exactly what they were trying to make it into, instead of you in there trying to pump up your chest and act like you bigger than bad and all that stuff. So you wouldn't be that big and bad if America wasn't involved, because Putin would have flattened your country long before that. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you're not dealing with the Biden administration. This is a different administration. You either adjust or you don't get the help. That's it. If you don't adjust to what their demands or how they want it done, then you just don't get the help that you asking for. Go get it from somewhere else. And to me, that's even better. Let these other countries fund you. Get America out of there so we can focus more on home. I'd rather us focus more home anyway. So my thing is this: that way we don't even have to have the Ukraine conversation no more. Now you subject to whatever Putin do to you, and if you subject to other help they give you. At this point, I don't want if you can't do it the way we want it done in America, the way we voted for the leader that we have, then you leave you to Putin. I don't care. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't care. If you can't do it the way we ask, I'm not concerned about it. I'm not going to listen. I understand America always want to help, and I'm good with that. But at the end of the day, we help the way we want to help, not the way you want us to help. And if you don't want it the way we giving it, then you don't get it. I can't go to your house and tell you how to make your food and how you going to do what you do now. Melissa and Donald. Y'all, Melissa and Donald, they be going. They be with WWE and each other all the time. They not playing. We ain't. Melissa like, I ain't bowing down to you. Yeah, I mean, I know Europe is helping. I'm not, that's what they do. And I know we are part of NATO and all that other stuff, but at the end of the day, and Europe want to help, that's fine. And some may say, oh, wait, but my thing is this. America do way too much, and no one appreciates half the time we doing it. Right. Well, I know that. I don't even want to get into that, Melissa, about the repayment stuff. And that's it. So why should America keep doing it for free? And I mean, Donald, I don't know if he downplayed it or not. I wasn't making a point of rather he played it up or played it down. My point was to what you said was, if he didn't care, well, a person that don't care is not going to go through the prop. They're not going to go to the process of doing all of that if they didn't care. That was the point that I was making. It doesn't matter. I'm against them. I'm against that. And me personally, I was against it when Trump brought it out. I was against it. When I'm not with that. Yeah, so I wasn't with that. Like that was one that I was like, no, I'm not feeling that. But that was their decision. But I don't think Trump realized the game that was really being played in the beginning anyway, because I knew it wasn't about that. More people, it is so many people messed up from that, it ain't funny. And they not even talk about that part. The part that they're not talking about is the damage that it's doing. The long-term damage that it's doing, they're not talking about. I got family members that's suffering from it right now because of the long-term damage. And I wish that they wouldn't have never touched it. I can't get into it, but I'm just saying I got family members that's suffering from it. Long-term damage because they took it, and I wish they wouldn't have touched it. So for me, it's a lot. It's even more personal because I see it. But it is what it is. I can't do nothing about it at this point. Yeah, we know where it came from. But my thing, and as it relates to that, I'm like, I don't even want to get into it. The gain of function and all that other stuff, it's just a whole nother animal in itself. But if you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Brother, appreciate it very, very much. Appreciate it very, very much. And, I really do. I really, really do. And you're right, Melissa. They did try to prevent alternative treatment because they wanted to make people to take it because they wanted to make a ton of money. They didn't tell people the truth about that. Natural immunity worked it way better. Your natural immunity will outperform that altogether. And it did. It did. Our natural immunity did way better. And that was the point that everybody was trying to make. They wanted to force you, once again, tyrannical, into going into a different direction so that they can control and manipulate and control how you behave. I paid attention to Joe Biden's campaign just like I paid attention to Trump's. And everything Joe Biden was saying, he was tyrannical and nobody was reading the room. The people that voted for Joe Biden was not reading the room. And here's my point. He ran on what? Build back better, right? Ain't that what Joe Biden's campaign was? We want to build back better. And I'm asking the question for those that are on this live. Was Joe Biden's campaign, when he ran up against Trump, was his campaign on building back better? Oh, now it's the Trump virus. Well, I never got vaxxed. And all my team, closer team, none of us got vaxxed, and we was good. So, hey, I don't know. I don't think it had nothing to do with the vax. I just think at the end of the day, your immune system is what it is. There's other factors that we have to take into account other than just, vax and not vax. How you live, how your health weight, and all that other stuff. There's a whole lot of factors in there. Now, I'm not going to sit there and tell y'all I'm the most healthiest person. I don't eat. I don't look for healthy things to eat. I eat what I want. My status of that is just me personally. But for those that's on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. My question is, the Build Back Better. That's what Trump ran. Joe Biden ran on Build Back Better, didn't he? Ain't that what his campaign slogan was? Building back better? Ain't that what is when Biden ran on Build Back Better, right? And this is just my point that I'm trying to make. When nobody paid attention to, that means he had every intentions of destroying America. That was his intention, was destroy America. Based on his campaign and how he ran on it, everything that he did when he was president was to destroy America. Because in order to build something back better, you must first destroy it. That's it. That's another reason why I say I'm not voting for that fool. He had every intentions of destroying America. That's what the Build Back Better thing was. Biden wasn't no better choice than Trump. Ain't no way in the world you can argue that one. But I know you're going to, but and that was the reason why we got the destruction from Joe Biden, is because he had every intentions of destroying this country. That's what the Build Back Better, that was the message. We're going to build back better. In order to build something back better, you must first destroy what's already there. And that's what his intention. That's why he opened up that border. That's why he did all of the stupid stuff that he did. That's why he did all this stupid stuff. He opened up the border. He did all that. He wanted to destroy this country. And he was telling y'all subliminally what he was going to do. Trump is an old senile man. Yeah. Melissa, that's why sometimes it's best not to even respond to Donald. To Donald, because when he just said, he just said that Trump is an old senile man. He said Trump was an old senile man. So you don't, Joe, this is why I say it's not even worth saying anything back at this point, because you saying that Trump, so Biden wasn't old and senile. Biden didn't need his wife to help him down the steps when they had the debate. Biden didn't have his wife standing there. You answered all the questions correctly, Joe. You can't. There's no way. There's no way. Listen, you said Trump. Listen, listen. Trump is. You can say anything you want to say about Trump, but at the end of the day, when you say old and senile, that don't even fit the bill, bro. Like now, you just got extreme with that one. I give you a pass on a lot of stuff, but old and senile, come on, man. You gotta be all right. You're not even being realistic right now when you say that. That don't even add up, man. Old and senile. That man was doing 3 campaigns, rallies in a day. I don't care about his age now. I'm looking at what he's doing. Forget the age part. If you listen, if I'm 25, let's say I'm not 25, of course, but if I'm 25 and somebody 60 years old outrun me, and I turn around and say they old and senile and they beat me, I'm delusional. They old and senile, but they just outran me. They just outworked me? No, My dad was a lot before he passed away. I'll tell you right now, when my dad was at his 70s, I can guarantee you that you could put 4 guys up against him in his 70s and he would outwork them. I don't know how it makes sense to me. I guess it's a matter of where your intellect is, I guess. And nothing bad was to me. But my dad was 70 years old. And I could put 3 guys, healthy guys around him, and he would outwork them. They'll be ready to go to sleep. My dad would still be going. And that was the point. Now, when I looked at that campaign, Trump was doing a rally, speaking for an hour and a half, jump in the plane, go to whole nother state, do another hour and a half rally, get in the plane and go to another state and do it again. There's no way you can even put old and senile to Trump. I don't care how old he is. Like something I can ride with you, Donald, but old and senile, even you can be the greatest Trump hater in the world and you can't ride with that one. Like, there's too many evidence. Trump is like right now, you look at Trump and sitting in that office after that meeting, and you're saying he's old and senile. That don't even make sense, man. I didn't ignore it, Donald. Honestly, the reason why I did not bring it up, because when you start talking about somebody's medical situation, I find that to be very sensitive, and I can't speak on it because I'm not going to, because that's your family member. And in my opinion, if I feel like my opinion is too drastically different and it may cause conflict for no reason and it's not beneficial, then I'm going to keep my opinion to myself out of respect for you and your family. That's why I did not speak on it. And I left it alone because I felt as though that my opinion might be different, and out of respect for you and out of respect for your family, I wasn't going to speak on it. That's why I left it alone, just so you understand. So I wasn't trying to not speak on it and ignore it. That was out of respect for you because I felt as though my opinion on it was too extremely, I ain't going to say too extremely, but out of respect for you, I was not going to touch that because at the end of the day, my opinion was different, and that's why I left it alone. Because I'm like, I don't know how that feels and where it goes at with you. So I'm going to leave that alone. Because at the end of the day, regardless of how we may disagree, you be on my show all the time. And I have a level of respect for you. So I'm going to leave that subject alone. So I wasn't going to touch it. That's why I didn't say anything about it. I wasn't ignoring it. I saw it. But when it ran through my mind, I said, no, I'm going to leave that subject alone because that's a family member of yours. I'm not going to do that. Right. And you're right. At the end of the day, out the pit, you absolutely right. There's no way in the world you can compare Joe Biden and Trump. You really can't even compare Kamala Harris to Trump. I watched Kamala Harris in one of her campaigns, and they caught a glimpse of her in the airplane after one of her rallies. And I said, when I say she was burnt out, she was burnt out. And I'm like, man, you in your 60s and you can't keep up with a 79-year-old man? You're not ready. What's up, Outlaw? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, Melissa, I caught that too. I just didn't respond to it. I'm like, well, Trump called it the China fire or something like that, he said. But, yeah. Yeah, outlaw. I did that a little while ago. I did that a little while ago. I did that because I really didn't have a lot of people that was moderators, and I needed they, every time I turn around, they're on there. Yeah, and you know what? I'm probably going to throw a few of them out there, and you'll probably be one. So do me a favor and comment on another one of my videos. So when I'm done with this video, just comment it on it after the fact, so I can click on your name and put you in as a moderator. But one thing I want to say is I just don't want you deleting people's comments. Like people like Donald, I don't want y'all touching their comments unless somebody extremely, extremely disrespectful. Unless somebody is extremely disrespectful, and I'm not saying like moderately, they just putting out some real hateful, extreme, I want to kill you type crazy stuff. I don't take down their comments. I never take down people's comments, and I don't want nobody like people like Donald. I know Donald, even though Donald does have a wrench, and even though we disagree on a lot of things politically, but I appreciate Donald, and I'm glad he's on this channel, and I don't give people wrenches to cut down people's comments. It's just that sometimes when I'm doing lives, you get people that come in there and they just start saying random, crazy, stupid stuff, and I'll just ignore it, and that'll give my main supporters that on there the chance to say, okay, we want to stay on topic. We don't want him being interrupted by the craziness and stuff like that, and then they could just go in and put these people in timeout and stuff like that. But yeah, just whenever you get a chance, Outlaw, because I know who you are, and you be one of those people that been there a lot. But I think the time that I did it, I don't think you was on here at the time. But yeah, I got you. When I shut this video down, just come in and comment, and I'll set you up. But that's just the thing is, I don't want nobody just deleting people comment just because they don't like what they said. I just only the moderator aspect of it is. I don't want, when somebody coming in, they just extreme. I don't want, I didn't say, okay, now you just getting on, you throwing disrespect, cussing everybody out, or just trying to advertise their products and stuff like that. They're real weird stuff. That's the stuff that I think. And out the pit, I'm going to get you too. And I'm going to stick to about that for now. Yeah. That's for real. Body with the open see now. Yeah, man. But like I said, MAGA is an echo chamber. Donald, off topic. Because I know we talked about this before about the restaurant thing. What, like, at your restaurant, what is like, do y'all have like a specific specialty that people come to your restaurant for mainly? I know we're gonna get back on topic, but this is just a question for Donald. Is there a certain item that people come to your restaurant that they actually come there for the most of? Oh, okay, cool. I just wanted to know, because if I ever get a chance to go to Denver, I'm gonna look for that place. But at the end of the day, I had to get a lot of stuff out in the beginning. That's why y'all see me just kind of going in. It is what it is. It is what it is. At the end of the day, we still have to work together. If you weren't in this country, and I'm not, nothing against any other country, but I'm talking about we as Americans. We as Americans have to still try to work together. We got to find a way to work through our differences and learn how to, even if we disagree, we still have to come together and realize that this is our country and we got to work together to make our country great. Regardless of where you at on the political spectrum or political aspect of it, or whatever way you want to say it, we still have to work together. We still have to support each other, and we still have to realize that we're all Americans and we're all in this together. And that's just my take on it. You know what I'm saying? So when we have these conversations and we go on these lives and we have these things like that, we got to understand that we have a right to express ourselves. We want to exercise our right to freedom of speech, regardless of how we may feel about it. And even sometimes it may, strike a nerve here and there. We're all in this together. And regardless to, and I wanted to try to remain that way as much as possible. And you know what, Donald? You said Trump does nothing for the left. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Trump does what he has to do. What he's doing is going to benefit the left, even though they're not going to look at it as beneficial to them. Because let's just say, because I know they're still working on it, let's just say for the sake of, he actually gets passed no tax on overtime. So if anybody on the left works overtime, that would be beneficial to them. Let's just say he gets gas prices down. If anybody drives a car on the left, that will be beneficial to them. Let's just say he does no tax, we get the no tax on tips. If for some reason you work in that field, there'll be no tax on your tips. Right. Let's just say, like Outlaw said, we get rid of taxes on your house. If you on the left and you own a house, that's beneficial to you. So there's a lot of things that Trump is talking about that benefits the left and the right. Outlaw, where you going at? I don't know what you mean by, I'm reading Melissa's, but God bless you. And if you got some type of trip or whatever, we pray and make sure you good. Okay. But anyway, and that's what I'm saying. So to say that it's not benefiting doing anything for the left, it's almost impossible not to do anything that won't affect both sides, rather it's positive or negative. Oh, yeah. I mean, we know that it's a state thing. Outlaw. I forgot about that part. I forgot about that part. How's that going? I mean, when you say that, Donna, I don't know if you can say that again. It's hard to make that argument when what he's doing is beneficial to the vast majority of America, even the ones that didn't vote for him. They just don't see it that way. But you can't argue with that. They just don't see it that way. I wouldn't be surprised if, oh man, God bless you. God bless you, Outlaw. God bless you, man. Hopefully all is well and you stay safe out there. Real. And I hope all is well with you, man. Yeah, Donald be on, and Donald don't quit, bro. But I don't see why, like, honestly, I don't see why the Trump would try to do anything. I don't see him doing things in the sense of trying to not do anything for the left, because all of his decision making is going to benefit the vast majority of Americans. If you got a job, if you work, if you pay taxes, that benefits you. You can't single out the ones that vote for him because there's no way to do it. There's no way to just single out to that extent a specific group. Now, of course, he should appeal as much as possible to the people that supported his campaign and voted for him. But the people that voted for him, is that usually if you voted the right way, regardless of what side you're on, if I voted for somebody like, if I voted for Trump and I paid attention to his campaign, then it's not so much him doing what I want him to do. He's doing what I agree with him saying he was going to do. So for the people that voted for Trump, they knew what he campaigned on. That's why they voted for him. So that's why it's going to look like that he's doing stuff for the voters that voted for him. Now, if you didn't vote for Trump and you had another agenda and you went to that agenda and you voted that way, then it's going to probably look like that he's not doing anything for you. But at the end of the day, he got to do the job that he ran his campaign on. So if he ran his campaign on the subjects and we are the ones that agree with him and want that, that's what it is. It has to be that way because that's what he campaigned on. That's neither here nor there. But on the other side of it, and yes, Melissa, you're right. It would be. But that's, if they look at the Democratic Party and the way that it's ran, it was set up to make sure that their population does not increase. That's the way it was set up because the Democratic Party, by and large, was ran by the KKK. Nobody wants to accept that part, but that's what they want. Outlaw, which one are you talking about? This one or this one? I don't know. I guess I'm looking at that wrong. Yeah, it is. Well, they're actually both outlaw. They both AR-15s. The one right here is chambered in 5.56. The one right here is chambered in 458 SOCOM. Donna, you know you love us. Oh man, I appreciate you, Outlaw. Man, I really appreciate that. Real talk. I appreciate that. Real. That's love. Appreciate it. Yeah, and I appreciate all you guys. You guys have been like amazing. Donald. Yeah, no, it's black. I'm the cage one is Black Rain, but this right here is 458. It's chambered in 458 SOCOM, and I think the company is Black Rain. I got that a little while ago. I got it. That's my baby right there, man. I love that gun. I ain't gonna lie, that one right there is my baby. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. They got that 458 SOCOM. They got some kick to it, man. I love shooting it. I mean, it's expensive, so I don't do it a lot. But the ammo is it's like over $2 a bullet, easy. So I don't shoot it a whole lot. But every once in a while, I'll take a box or two and just say, you know what, I'm enjoying myself with this thing. But it got some kick to it. Yeah, it's not. It's Black Rain. I think it's a company that made it or whatever. But it's chambered in 458 SOCOM. It's semi-automatic. But yeah, that's my baby. Yeah, that's my baby right there. That's my most favorite gun right there is is the one that's actually right behind my head. But my 5.56, I enjoy that one too. I mean, I want some more other new stuff. Draco, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Yeah, yeah. I want to get my hand on some other things. Of course, money is always a factor, but I'm a budget man. I try to, I want to do certain things, but I'm like, man, I don't like spending a whole lot of money. Yeah, I got to go back and check. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm at it. Yeah, I don't have none, but I'm gonna have to check that out. Like I want to get my hand on a few other things. Like when you catch a gun bug, the gun bug is very expensive. But I got some things I want to get my hands on, but it's gonna take some time. I can't just go spend money like that. I'm still working on this channel, and I got some things I just. John Michael, all right, let me be clear. I was not in the service. I wasn't. God bless you. I pray, but I was not in service. This right here behind me is a representation of all of my family members and all of the United States service member. I personally wasn't in the service. I can't take that state. I can't take that claim, but I do honor all of my veterans. I love them to death, and I appreciate everything they ever done for me. And that's real talk. And a lot of my family members served in the military, and that is an honor to them too also. But yes, outlaw. I am extremely patriotic. I love my country. Real talk. That's it. And and I love this country, man. America, I got on this subject a while back when I say a lot of times when you grow up, like I grew up in the hood. And a lot of times when I grew up, I'm not gonna say all of the place. I'm just gonna go by where I grew up at. And a lot of times, we don't get the whole picture of what America is really about, and we miss out on a lot of stuff. So I had to go educating myself. And I'm be honest with you, I probably didn't love the country enough then, but I do, man. When I say I love this country, I love this country, and I want the best for this country, regardless of whoever you are and wherever you are. And we're all in this together, and it means a lot to me what these service members have done for me to literally sit here on YouTube and have a conversation, a free speech conversation with all the people that's on here. That means the world. So yes, kudos to all my vets. I love them and I appreciate them. And I think, honestly, I would pray that, we do a better job of taking care of them. And that's real talk. Like, I'm praying now, and especially more that I've grown and gotten to know. And listen, one thing I have to admit to is that there was a lot of things I was misinformed about. I wasn't on this side. I'm not going to say on this side or that side. I didn't think one this way to the extreme. And I had to really pull myself out, reevaluate everything, and then jump back in and say, you know what, there's a lot of things that we missed. You know what I mean? And I'm born and raised in this country, and this is my country just like it's anybody else's. And, at the end of the day, we're going to have to, even if we disagree, it's all right to disagree. I think it's wonderful. Oh, man, that's great. Are you going to be like, if there's any way we'll be able to watch that at 5? Outlaw, is there any way we'll be able to watch that? Yeah, don't be nervous. You're going to be all right, man. God got you. But I understand the nervousness because I've had to do speeches in front of people, especially if I don't really know them. But you know what? Stick to your heart. I don't know what the subject is, but stick to your heart. You be all right. I would say, as one American to another one. Honestly, the nervousness is good because I've been nervous in a lot of things I had to say, but it's always up to that point that the nervousness, you get that point, but once you in it, the nervousness kind of goes away. You know what? I'm gonna put it to you like this. Mike Tyson said something, and I hope I get this right. And I like Mike Tyson, but what he said was, he said, people asked him, was he afraid when he was getting ready to go fight? And he said he was afraid every single time that he was getting ready to go into a fight. Like every fight that he was getting ready to go into, he was always afraid. And now when you look at Mike Tyson, you be like, well, he didn't look like he was afraid. But he said, but once he got in the fight, he was no longer afraid no more or nervous because at that point he was in it. And then he said that at that point it all went away. So I would say that as an encouragement, hopefully, that, you just, what I mean? Once you in it, you're going to be all right. Once you start talking, it's going to flow and you're going to be good. And hopefully you can tell us how it went the next time we on this live and you show up. Let us know how it went for you. And we're praying that it goes well for you. And then, that it goes well for you. But that's great news. And I hope, hope all the best for you. Yeah, it was 77 million people voted for Trump. Maybe there's a typo. Yeah, it's glad to see you there. But I hope it all goes well. I think you're going to be good. You're going to be great in that. Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, I think that was a typo on Outlaw's part. It was 77 million that voted for Trump. So I don't think he like. Yeah, it's not no 280 million voters. I think the last time I checked, it was probably about 160 eligible voters, 60 million, something like that. I'm not exactly sure at this point no more. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think it's like 160 million registered voters. I don't know. I don't even remember at this point. It was a while ago when I checked, but yeah, publicly speaking is like, that's a little tough one. I mean, I'm doing publicly speaking right now, but there's always a level of nervousness, and even before I start these live to some extent. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all funny. You want to know they're voting 8-1. I mean, if he do that, at least he get the Democrats a chance at this point. If we can lower the age to 1, that'll get the Democrats a fighting chance. But I mean, we go in on the Democrats hard, but we got to. For 4 years they had their hatred. They had their hatred for Trump. They tried to do everything they can do, and they didn't check each other on none of the stuff that they was doing. But now that Trump is in office, and the people that support Trump is standing up for the president that they vote. I'm gonna stand for my president because I voted for him. I wouldn't be surprised neither. Honestly, I think we got people voting that shouldn't not be voting. I don't trust it. And I'm not saying that to say that all of it, but I know there's some fishiness going around with the voting system. To say Trump is a bigot, you ain't even making sense. You got a bigot. Trump never did anything bigotry. Only people making him a bigot is the people that hate him, but they never actually show me the bigotry. Like, I can show you the stuff that Trump has done for a lot of people. Even the last short I just put out, where the lady was talking about, I can't think of her name off the top of my head. And the lady was talking about, the situation where Trump came, sent the helicopter, took her to his place to make sure they was good to protect his family. I mean, but honestly speaking, I know Joe Biden's history, and I know for a fact that Joe Biden is a bigot. I know 100% that Joe Biden is a bigot. And he's always been a bigot. My thing is this, it's so much video on Trump. It should have been easy to find that one. Like, to me, it's easy to find stuff on Trump to make him a bigot than it would be for Joe Biden. And the reason why I say that is because Trump was on TV. He was around cameras a whole lot. He was like a very, very popular public figure. So if you wanted to find bigotry on somebody, it would be easy to find it on Trump because he was on cameras all the time. He was in TV, news, everybody's show, Oprah show, all these different people's shows he was on. So he'd been in the public eyes a lot. Joe Biden was just in politics. So you should be able to find it. As much as that man been on camera, he should be able to find a lot of it. He was on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show. He was on Oprah Winfrey show. Like, it just doesn't make sense to say someone's a bigot. You're not making sense with that. He's not a bigot. A bigot, you can find bigotry. You can find that, and all of that, all of the stuff that Trump has done publicly. You'll be able to find a ton of stuff that represent bigotry, but no one's they say it, but they never had no evidence. And bigotry is a strong word to call somebody to say that he's a bigot. He's not a bigot. Like, you're not making sense when you say that. That's, to me, is like extreme. That's too extreme. Like, you can't call him a bigot. You gotta have some facts with that one. And I think, honestly speaking, now I love you and everything, but appreciate you being in, but you're wrong with that one. You can't call somebody a bigot. That's too far. Like, you gotta have to say he's a bigot. Like, I can prove that. I got video on my page showing what Joe Biden was. Joe Biden said out of his own mouth, he was the one who determined my blackness. That based on if I vote for him or not. If I don't vote for Joe Biden, I ain't black. That's what he said. That's what Joe Biden said. He said, I'm not black if I don't vote for him. That's bigotry. Because he's saying that the only determination of my blackness is based on me voting for him. Yeah, I agree with that. CNN, NBC, MSNBC, and all of them, they will try to find what they consider to be smart way to try to spend it into some type of bigotry or some type of hatred. And Trump ain't, listen, Trump, I'll be honest with you, if you really look at what Trump is doing, I'll be honest with you, the KKK should be pissed off at Trump right now because a lot of what he's doing it goes against everything they stand for. The KKK wouldn't be able to stand Trump right now because they would not be able to, the KKK, who are the biggest bigots, would not be able to stand Trump for what he's doing right now. Because he would be saying out of his own, they would be saying right now, why is he helping them? That's not what he's supposed to do. He's not helping them. They would be pissed off at Trump right now. Because too many of the things that Trump is doing is helping the more African American, Hispanic, and other races. The other thing is right, this Trump can't participate in the KKK because he was dating black women. You know they ain't stand for that. And Kamala Harris isn't black. You know that. Kamala Harris never claimed to be black. Kamala Harris never claimed to be black. Everybody else threw her in the black story. Kamala Harris never claimed to be black. She tried to act black. She tried to put some black mentality in her, but you never heard her say she was black. So if she didn't claim black, why should people be making her black? She's not black. She never claimed to be black. They tried to make her black. When Joe Biden picked her as his running mate, he said she was what? Of Indian descent. He never said anything about black. That's the reason why when Trump was saying, he said she all of a sudden just became black. Yeah. Yeah, it is racist. Trump, listen, it is racist. Trump never said she wasn't black. He didn't say she wasn't black. He said, when did she become black? She always said, see, this is where y'all try to flip the conversation. Trump didn't say she wasn't black. He said all of a sudden she became black. So when you're going to go back, you need to say it the right way. Trump never said she wasn't black. He said all of a sudden she became black. She never said she wasn't black. She never said she was black. She always claimed to be of Indian descent or Asian Indian, one of those. She never claimed black. And that's my point. She never claimed it. So why would you try to make somebody black when they're not even trying to make themselves black? And my thing is this, she never claimed it. That's the point that I'm making. I can care less if she black, white, or whatever. So my thing is, Donald, so you saying it's okay for Joe Biden to use the N-word? And we are supposed to. I voted for him. I'm going to defend him. Y'all defend Biden. All of the racist stuff Biden has done, y'all still defended him. All of his supporters defended Biden, and all the racist stuff that he's done, they supported him. Real talk. Yeah. I like Donald, but I kind of had to agree with you with Outlaw on that one. I like the fact that he says what he wants to say, but sometimes he just get over extreme because he has such a hate for Trump, and it just doesn't even make sense. But he also makes it entertaining. So that's why I like him here. So my thing is you, Donald, if you don't like Biden, why you don't go in on Biden when I say stuff about Biden? I know you say you don't like him, but I don't get the impression that you don't like him because when I bring up Biden, you don't go in on Biden. You just go in on Trump. You make accusations about Trump, but you never go in on Biden. Biden has called black people roaches. He said he learned about roaches from black people. Biden has called black people the N-word. He was president, and he was vice president for 8 years. He might not be now. He only been out of office for about a little more than a month. Prior to that, he was there. Is there free speech in the White House? Yep. That's why they invited the press in. And guess what else they invited in? Like, honestly, people like me, I can actually go to the White House right now. If I sign up, they're letting everybody in. They open it up for a lot more content creators. They don't care what side you're on. So, yes, it's even by far more free speech in the White House than it ever was. Yeah, it's crazy. And Donald me. Yes, they did. And listen, my thing is, Donald, again, you go in on Trump, and I get it, you don't like him. And as we understand that, we respect that part. But my thing, Joe Biden has done by far more. For me personally, I've seen what Joe Biden has done, and he has done by far more to my community in a negative sense than than anybody. And then when I look at Trump's history amongst the black community, he has done a lot, by far a lot more on a positive wise. So when I hear people throw all this junk up, it just doesn't have it don't have no weight with me. Yep. And that's why I said Trump ain't no dummy. You're right. That's why he changed the name. But, I just personally ain't going to try to convince him. I ain't going to try to convince Donald to like Trump. It's okay. I don't care if he hate him. Trump still won. Still won. He still won the election. He's back in the White House, and nothing nobody can do about it. I mean, they've been president about the same amount of time. Trump might be a month or so over him, but Biden been vice president for 8 years under Obama. You forgot about that? So he's been there longer, and then he's been in politics for 50 years. Biden has been in politics for 50 years. So Trump don't have nowhere near political experience that Biden should have, but yet Biden is the dumbest they come. He hasn't done nothing right. And he has spewed racism over the years in his career by far as a politician. What are you talking about? Trump was only president for 4 years. What are you talking about? How you figure Trump been in politics for 15 years? He was only president for 4 years. You might have ran. That don't make you in politics until you win something. You running to try to be in there, but until you win, you ain't doing nothing. Yeah, that's what I say. Well, we all know how Donald is anyway. We know he gonna hold to his guns. That's real talk. Donald gonna hold to his gun. Yeah, outlaw. But we need people like Donald. We need people like Donald. And guess what, outlaw? Even though Donald disagreed, he said something to me I think is extreme, and I think he should. I would suggest that maybe you should not go that far, Donald. But at the end of the day, Outlaw, he's saying stuff, and I disagree with him totally. He's 100% off point with that one. But at the end of the day, Outlaw, yeah, you're making accusations again. Just because you're around politicians don't make you a politician. Just because you might have some influence politically, you still don't make you a politician. You got to hold a seat somewhere. And I agree with it. Yeah, I see your point, Outlaw. I really do. I see your point. Just because you campaign don't make you a politician until you handling a seat. You just somebody running to being a politician. You trying to be, but you're not handling. You're not actually a politician until you hold some type of seat. Yeah, he did. I mean, don't get me wrong, Melissa. I knew that too. But yes, he did. He funded both of Jesse Jackson's campaign. But why would a racist bigot do that? So I'm trying to figure out why would a racist person like Donald Trump that he claimed that Donald a bigot do that? Why would a bigot? What's up, unknown opinionoid? Why would a bigot fund Jesse Jackson's campaign twice? Why would he do that? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why? I don't. That's why I keep saying to call Donald Trump a bigot doesn't make sense. That he goes against everything that a bigot would possibly be stand for. Ain't no way in the world a bigot, a KKK member, is going to support Jesse Jackson's campaign twice. Ain't no way in the world a bigot is going to fund Nelson Mandela's trip to America. That don't even make sense. You calling somebody a bigot who's doing stuff for black people. Ain't no way in the world Jennifer Hudson, he gonna put up into Trump Towers for months for free to make sure her family was safe from the other people that slaughtered her family. Why would a bigot do that? That's why I say you're not making sense. Yes, he did date black girls. I think he had two of them. I think it was two different black women that he dated. But I'm not exactly sure. I know for a fact that it was one. And even not only did he a lot of dated black women, he hung out with a whole lot of black people in New York a lot of times. That's why you hear his name being mentioned in a lot of rap songs, because he hung out with a lot of them. But why would a bigot do that? Why would he? That's not making sense. You listen. Why would a bigot go on Oprah Winfrey show more than once? Why would a bigot? If Donald Trump hated black people, why would he go on Oprah Winfrey show? Why? Why would he go on the show, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show? I'm just asking. Why would a bigot do that? I'm giving you evidence. I'm giving you evidence across the board. A real bigot would never want to spend a moment around black people. It's better alone going in show that's going to possibly help their ratings. It's probably going to make that show better at some point because he's popular. Not making sense. Why would a bigot let Mike Tyson, Holyfield, and all these people fight in his vineyards? Yeah, it's old. You're right, Billy. God bless you. God bless you. You're right. It's corny. You're right, Outlaw. He didn't rent the plane. Trump paid the whole cost. He didn't rent the plane. Trump covered the whole cost. I know that for a fact. And like I said, Mike Tyson, first of all, him and Don King are very good friends. And I don't know if you know who Don King is. Don King was the one who was promoting all these fights. Who name did you see in all these fights in the middle of that ring? Trump. Trump. Mike Tyson, Holyfield, George Foreman, all these fighters that made careers fighting in Trump vineyards. Some of these artists have performed at Trump Towers when he had it in Atlantic City. You're not making sense. Like that is an untrue statement to call Trump a bigot. That is an extremely untrue statement. And that's real talk. Like, I mean, you might not like him, but honestly, Donald, I think you should have a little more respect for the president than that. To call him a bigot, I think you went too far. And that's real talk. And you might say he's an unlikable person, but to call Donald Trump a bigot, I really think you went way too far with that one. Like, there's a lot of things I like, but I think that one right there is extremely disrespectful. Those are the type of comments that and most likely I would have took down. I mean, we talking right now, but I think you went too far with that one. And that's real talk. You can't call somebody a bigot that's not a bigot. And that's real talk. You're right. Honestly, Outlaw, that's where I'm at because I don't like that one. Like, no, we let Donald say what he wanted to say, but honestly speaking, I don't like that one. And if you're gonna be here, I think you're gonna have to that one you're gonna have to retract. Otherwise, I'm going to have to take that one down. Like, I'm going to have to take that wrench away. Yeah. So you're gonna stick to it, huh, Donald? Like that. Honestly speaking, all due respect, that's too far. And I'm trying to be patient about it, but that is exactly too far. Like, as much as I know you don't like Trump, and you have a right not to, but to call somebody a bigot is exactly the type of things I do not want on my channel. No, I was trying to be patient to give you a chance to correct yourself. That's all I was trying to do. And I think you went too far. It is free speech. But to call somebody a bigot and not have facts behind it is too far. I don't want to. I want Donald to stay here and have a right to say what he wants, but I just think to call him a bigot is too far. That's all. My feelings are not hurt. I think you went too far. And my point to that is, when you brought up the subject about your family members, I stayed off of it because I said, out of what? Respect for you, because I knew where my stance was with that. I did not come out and say this, and that was out of respect for you. And if I say to you that I think you went too far out of respect for me, you should respect that part. Otherwise, you're not respecting it. And it's not about my feelings. I said you went too far. That's all I said. And my thing is this, is that to Outlaw's point, if you're going to be on this channel, you got to exercise the same respect that we're exercising to you. Because I'm quite sure at some point there's some things that people could say that they are not saying. But if you're going to make a claim about somebody, to call them a bigot, like, I'm going to be honest with you, I could have said Joe Biden was a bigot. I said he was a racist, and I gave you my points why. And I gave you my point why. That was the point that I was making. So if you're going to make a claim like that, you gotta have extreme evidence to call somebody a bigot. And everything that we know about Trump at this point indicates that there is no bigotry about him. And we all know that. We're not trying to argue the point with, if it was Joe Biden, we would still argue that. It's like if somebody said, if someone said Obama was a bigot, we would argue that. No, he's not. Even if we disagree with him. Yeah, again, you're being, at some point, Donald, you're just being ridiculous. That's the point that I'm trying to make. And at some point, you're just being ridiculous. Outlaw, you're going to get your wrench. And Donald, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to get rid of yours because you're going too far. You're not respecting what I asked you to do out of respect. You're just going way too far. So I asked you to not do that, and you're going way too far. So at this point, I'm going to retract your, as much as I love you being here, I'm going to have to pull your wrench. And if you decide not to support me anymore, I'm good with that. But I'm going to pull it. Because you're not respecting what I asked you to respect. I gave you respect, but you did not give me none. And if I unfortunately lose you as a supporter, I'm sorry that you had to go, but I feel like right now you're not giving me the respect that I asked you for. And I did. I said it already. I said already what I said. Outlaw, look at your page. And I just feel like you went too far. And I asked you not to, and I gave you ample time, but you just kept on going, and you wasn't respecting what I asked. And I asked you, yeah, it's not about freedom of speech. You took somebody's page, you took somebody's comment down. And I asked you not to do that. I said that to everybody on here, if I give you a wrench, please do not do that. I didn't take not one of your things down, neither did none of the moderators take anything down. But I asked you not to do that, and you turned around and you did it. And no, you did not give me an example. What you did was you called somebody a bigot. And listen, at the end of the day, if you're going to call somebody a bigot, you got to have real examples, not because you want to throw your opinion in it. When I said that Joe Biden was a racist, I gave you racist examples. I said not only that, I said you can go to my page and you can find where he said it. And that's what I said. And I asked you out of respect for me. When you brought up the situation with your family, I stayed off the subject. And I told you I'm going to stay off. You said I didn't respond. I said, nope, I'm going to stay off the subject out of respect for your family. And I asked you out of respect for you not to do that. And you still went and you still kept going. And I asked you and you still kept going. And I feel like you went too far. That's all. And then, okay. And guess what? Go back and look at that story because actually he went back and sued him back and got all his money back. And they had to retract the story. and they had to retract the story. So I know what story you're talking about. I done my homework. And he went back and sued them, and they had to retract the story. Because what they tried to do is, so right now, Donald, you're saying that all black people are on public housing? So all black people is on public housing. Because that's what that was about. It had nothing to do with skin color. He did not want basically people that was like on Section 8 and stuff staying in his properties. So that's where you're coming from. Exactly. You can't make those type of accusations. Real talk, you can't. And that my point is, I know you don't like Trump, and that's cool. We don't want you to. We're not trying to make you like Trump. That's not. None of us are trying to make you a Trump fan. But you're not making, when you say that stuff, I know those stories, and I know exactly the backstory that nobody told you about. And he went back and he sued, and he won because they tried to slander his character. I know that story. That's why I know you don't know when you're saying one part, but you're not saying the other part. Yeah, that's why I said there was too much evidence to prove otherwise to say that he was a bigot. Too much. Yeah, I remember the lawsuit too, but they never talked about the fact that he won that case. He came back and he fought that case back and he won because he sued them for defamation of character. And he won the case. So to keep trying to throw these little small stupid stories, and again, if I'm telling you that he was on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? If I'm telling you he was on Oprah Winfrey show, Oprah Winfrey said out of her own mouth, she want to be like Trump. So does she want to be like a bigot? Right. Why would he defend Mike Tyson? Why would he defend Mike Tyson? It's too many evidence to say it's otherwise. That's my point. Y'all we can all cherry pick a story. We can all cherry pick a story. But again, I know what a bigot is. A bigot is not going to want to spend no time or no effort around any black people. He's not going to hire them on their jobs. He's not going to let them work in their businesses. He's not going to do it. It just doesn't make sense. That is contrary to a bigot's mission. A bigot is not going to want no parts of that. He's not going to let if you in the hospital, he's not going to want no black person touching him. That's a bigot. He's not going to want them around him. He's not going to want that conversation with him. None of that. So to call somebody a bigot, that's an extreme one. Yeah, you probably right. He probably got it. He probably is brainwashed. Listen, and you talking to, I'm somebody I'm not going to say I was a Trump hater, but I was not a Trump fan. I had to go do my homework. And I'm not going to just go pick one or two stories and say, oh, I'm going to choose this over that. Because I knew he was going to become president. He was a president. And I said, I need to make a better choice in my voting. I went and dug up everything I could possibly find. Yes. And I forget the guy's name, and maybe one of y'all might remember, but I forget who Joe Biden, he said that was his mentor. And I forget the guy was an extreme bigot. And Joe called him his mentor. I just can't think his name off the top of my head. So like that, I mean, at this point, we're going to have to agree to disagree. But I just think that that was way too far. Yep. You're right, Draco. You're right. Just keep repeating the same stuff until someone believes it. Unfortunately, I'm not that one. And like I said, this is not about me being a Trump fan. First of all, he's my president. And I do like Trump. But I like him because I've seen all of the good stuff that he did. I wasn't worrying about the one or two things that they could pick out and try to say, oh, he's this, he's that. When you determine someone's character, you got to look at the whole character. You can't just pick a story here and pick a story there. I don't hate Joe Biden. I don't have no hate for Joe Biden. I just think that it's something that he said was extremely racist. And I think as a president, he sucked. I don't hate him. I wish Joe Biden well, just not in office. Because I don't think he was good at what he was doing. I think he was horrible. Same thing with Kamala Harris. I think she's horrible. I don't think she's qualified, and I don't think Kamala Harris should be legally able to drive a car. That's my opinion. Because I don't think she has the intellect for it. Someone may disagree, but I'm not going to call somebody no bigot if I don't have real solid evidence of bigotry. I can't say that. Listen, I can call Joe Biden racist because based on the statements that he made and the stuff that came out of his mouth. Now, is he a full-grown bigot? No, I don't think he's a full-grown bigot. I just think he has some racist mentality. But to call Joe Biden a full-grown bigot, I would be wrong. That would be extreme on my part. Because Joe Biden had some people around him that was African American. He just got racist ways. He think little of black people. And that's why I said I think we went too far. That's all I can say. I still like Donald. I still have great respect for him. I appreciate him all the time. I appreciate him coming on this live and he spent time here. And whether we agree with him or disagree with him, that was too far for me. But I still got nothing but love for him. And that's real talk. But I got to get ready to get up out of here. I really do. Appreciate every single one. Even Donald, appreciate you. Love you, man. Still got nothing but love for you. But I have to control my channel to make sure it's done and done the right way as much as possible. I never want to take people's comments down. I never want to have to do that. But unfortunately, I feel as though that was too far. Now, I might be wrong, but I feel as though that was too far. But with all that said, please, at the end of the day, regardless of anything we say, talk about, go back and forth, we love each other. We got to still live in this country. We still have to have love for each other. And we still got to look out for each other. And we still have to embrace each other. And that, a lot of times, that takes Christ. That takes God. And that takes God. And what I want to say is that at the end of the day, we all love each other. We're all Americans. Some of us might not be from other country. And I know that I got watchers and stuff like that. But y'all have a blessed day. And please make Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior. Please get to know who God is. Please put him in your heart. Because at the end of the day, that is the one thing that matters the most. We can talk all day long. And we can go back and forth all day long. But at the end of the day, that matters most. But I have to get ready to get out of here. And I love you guys. Melissa and all you guys, Outlaw, appreciate y'all. Donald, I appreciate you too. No hate whatsoever over here. We love you. Unfortunately, I had to make some adjustments because of that. But we'll see how it goes down the road. Still appreciate you. Hopefully you still stay hanging around because we need to be able to talk about this stuff. And we need to be able to embrace each other regardless of how we feel and disagree politically. And with that said, y'all have a blessed day. Please stay safe out there. Love y'all. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. God bless y'all. Peace.